you and I probably have some things in common, having been the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, the manager of the New York Yankees, two marquee franchises all over the world. And there's a lot of scrutiny that goes with it, and you have to be bold in making decisions. And one decision that I always admired that you made was the 2012 division series against Baltimore. I think the series was 1-1, and A-Rod was struggling a little bit, and you chose to pinch hit Ibanez in the ninth. And obviously, A-Rod's one of the best players that's ever walked. That's a hard decision to make anywhere, particularly in New York. What was the thought process?
Well, it was the toughest decision I ever had to make in a game. And Alex had hurt his thumb in the month of September and had missed some time and was coming back. And at game one, we faced Jim Johnson, who we got to and scored some runs and won that game late off of their closer. And Alex did not have a good at bat. And I looked at the numbers of Alex off of Jim Johnson in his career, and it just wasn't a great matchup for Alex. But to me, it had more to do with health for Alex. But
Yeah.
I started thinking about it in the fifth inning because we played Baltimore 19 times. I was familiar with how Buck used his bullpen and what he would do. And I was looking at the score and seeing that it was tied and if they were ahead as we went like into the fifth inning. And I started thinking about, man, if this goes the way that Buck wants to, Jim Johnson's going to face Alex in the ninth. And I always thought ahead because that's what I did as a catcher. I always counted backwards. And I knew Raul Ibanez was a good low ball hitter, but for whatever reason in BP, I was watching him hit balls like ankle high into the right field bleachers. And I'm thinking, God, is he a great low ball hitter? And at some point, I might need to pinch hit him off of Jim Johnson because Jim Johnson had that hard sinker that went down. And it's tough on right-handed hitters. So in the fifth inning, I kind of nudged my bench coach, Rob Thompson, great baseball man. I said, I think if Alex faces Jim Johnson in the ninth and it's 2-1, I'm going to hit Raul Ibanez. And he kind of looked at me like, are you out of your mind? And I'm thinking, I said, no, I just think it's the right move with the struggles that Alex is having, the bad thumb, and I think it's difficult. And I'm thinking in my mind, I'm going to pinch hit for the guy that might break the home run record. And if this doesn't work, they're going to run you out of town.
Sure.
And as I kept going through it, the sixth inning, the seventh inning, and this point, I'm praying that we either take the lead before we get to this point or they get so far up, it doesn't matter what I do. And it doesn't come to fruition.
Yeah.
And I just kept thinking about it. It's the right move. It's the right move for the team. It's the right move for the organization. And as you know, you can make the right move. It doesn't always work out. And the
Sure.
reason
No
it doesn't
doubt.
always work out is two reasons. There's a human development, and the people on the other side are actually trying to win. They're not
Yeah.
trying to put a ball on tee to let you hit it out of the ballpark. But as time went on, so the eighth inning comes in, and I'm watching. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to do this. And as Alex goes out to play defense in the top of the ninth, I call up to the press box and tell the PR guy, I said, look, I'm going to hit for Alex in the bottom of the ninth. I don't want you to announce who Raul Ibanez is hitting for. Just say now batting Raul Ibanez. And they did that. And as Alex came off the field, if we got 3 outs in the top of the ninth, as he went downstairs like he always did into the cage area to get his bat and his batting gloves, I told him, I'm going to pinch hit for you. And he was like shocked, but he was like, okay, and came right back out to the top of the dugout and cheered for Raul Ibanez. And that told me a ton about Alex Rodriguez,
Wow.
that he was a team player. And if you look, when Raul hits the home run, Alex is like the first guy out there to greet him. But it just worked out. I was fortunate, that the player that I picked really came through, and he ended up hitting another one, I think, in the 12th inning where we won
Yeah.
3-2. But it was the hardest decision I ever had to make on a baseball field because I hadn't forgotten what Alex did in 2009. He was a big reason we won the World Series and
Sure.
how great he was, but he just wasn't healthy, and I just felt it was best for the organization.
Yeah. There's so many levels to that story. The first thing that I'm just amazed at listening to you tell the story is how you knew about it in the fifth inning. I mean, counting backwards, all that kind of stuff, but to think that this scenario is going to happen and I'm going to have to do this, and then it played out exactly as you thought is pretty amazing. But then the other part's the preparation. talking to Rob, but then talking to the PR guy. I mean, it's really there's a lot of layers to this thing and really well thought out.
The one thing that you realize about players is they have a ton of pride in what they do,
Oh my
and
god.
they have egos. And one of the reasons they're successful is that they have egos and they
Sure.
truly believe in themselves and they can accomplish anything. So you have to kind of massage that and understand this is just one game. I don't want to crush him because he's playing the next day. Right? If we go
No
up 2 to
doubt.
1 or down 2 to 1, he's playing. And one of the most important things I think for a player is that that they know that the coach or the manager believes in them. And
No
I had a
doubt.
ton of belief in Alex, but I just thought it wasn't a great matchup. He had been dealing with a broken thumb, and I
Yeah.
just thought I would do it. But there's so many things that come into play, and our game moves slower than your game. I mean, you can have 2 plays that go to the house and the score is completely different in
Sure.
15 seconds, right? I mean,
Sure.
that's what
Sure.
our game's not like that. I mean, and a bat takes 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So I just kept thinking and praying, and I was really fortunate that it worked out. And Raul Ibanez obviously had to perform. And I got to tell you, Alex was great. And you know, at the time I thought, man, you're going to get fired if this doesn't work. But in my heart, I believed it was the right decision.
Yeah.
And I think you always have to do what you believe is right.